Previously on Avatar.
Time to see what happens.
Should I open it or should I keep it sealed?
Number 6. Open product responsibly. This will probably be my next video, but the current craze, I know if you finally see something on the shelves, you want to get it and likely open it. But really think about what your expected value is when you open something. Yo! Welcome to my 4th YouTube video. Let me start by asking you, do you know if it makes sense for you to be opening the packs that you do? Let me share some data with you to try and make sure you know what you're getting into when you decide to do some openings. We're not going to be talking any real hard math here about odds of pulling specific chase cards or the value of a PSA 10, just an easy high-level discussion about value. In the background, you'll see me opening these tins that I whacked with a sword. It actually turned out alright. If this topic really drags on, then I'll put in some Journey Together content as well. Sorry for the bad lighting ahead of time, first time ever opening on camera. I'll get it fixed in the future. Alright. Opening any box is usually a bad financial decision. I don't know the ROI, but let's just say on average you cut your money in half. If you don't already know that, and you're the type of person who expects to be making a profit, then you got some reflection to do and might have a gambling addiction. I want you guys to do the analysis of how many of the top cards you could buy before it makes sense to open a booster box. Obsidian Flames, for example, is a box worth around $200 right now. When we take a look at the top cards from the set, we can see it would actually make sense to just buy every full art for that amount of money instead. You could get a whole Master Set Obsidian for $400, that even includes the promo of the Angry Charmander looking out the window. So why would I open Obsidian? I wouldn't, and I don't. I keep my booster box sealed, and if I open a tin or something that contains the pack, I just put it off to the side like you can see when I open these tins. The only thing to do with something like Obsidian is to keep it sealed and let it grow in value. Not to be rude, but let the goofballs open it in 5 years. As a side note, I know I'm keeping loose packs, but don't buy loose packs unless you know the seller is reputable. I'll make a video explaining why in the future if you don't already know. But yeah, it just doesn't make sense to open Obsidian booster box specifically. The top card is $55. All the other cards are $20 and below. You need to have some luck and hope you get an error box filled with only full arts, because you don't stand a chance getting close to a $200 price point. Hell, even if you got the box at MSRP, it still wouldn't be worth it. In my mashed up tins, there was another modern set that I'm not opening anymore. SV Base. It is essentially the same scenario as Obsidian. $200 for a booster box, when the top single is $50. Why would anyone open this instead of just keeping it sealed or buying a master collection? I want to add that typically SEC is printed for about 2 years. We're at that 2-year mark now for SV sets. In a normal market, these products would already be getting put on a personal shelf and held in a closet as investments. But with this market, people are buying whatever they could get their hands on, and they open it without any thought. Okay, last one, and this might be cheating considering it came out in late 2016. Evolutions. $1,000 for a booster box. Even with the craze for mega cards as an investment with the upcoming sets, the singles still don't stand a chance. You could expand this out to older sets and find a million examples, but that's when grading for 10s becomes more of a discussion and something you have to factor in. So if you really have an itch to gamble or just want to enjoy the trading card game, what should you open? You probably won't like this one due to the barrier of entry, but you should be opening hard to get modern sets like Prismatic and Journey Together. Yes, even at the market rate, but especially at MSRP. When doing a little research for this video, which shouldn't be necessary anyway because we're doing a high level discussion and it only takes 1 minute to look at TCG Player and figure this out, I came across a website called PokeROI.net, where they compiled the pull rates and paired it against the cost of the products. When filtering down to booster box instead of an ETB, because we want to avoid the variable of a promo card's value, we can see their graph of the set with the best returns and how likely you are to break even with the value. Out of all the Scarlet and Violet sets, Journey Together and Prismatic have the highest percentages of breaking even. Prismatic has a crazily impressive stat of 26% of pack openers breaking even. That is absurd. Journey Together is second, being at 5% to give you some comparison. Then on the other side, there are 3 sets that are absolutely terrible. Obsidian Flames, SV Base, and then Paradox Rift. They all have a 0% for break even, giving credence to what this video is about. Temporal Forces isn't much better, by the way. They only have a 0.03% chance of breaking even, so maybe avoid that one too. Overall, if you are an investment-minded individual, you should be keeping everything sealed with a long-term holding period of at least 3 years. You could argue either side of it, that if a set is more likely to be profitable when opened, then you should hang on to that and keep it sealed, as it will always be desirable. And you would be right. There really is no wrong answer when you keep products sealed. It's the best strategy and you always win. I said it in my last video and I'll say it again. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't open packs. I'm just trying to spread awareness that people start to think and do a little analysis before ripping to know what they're getting themselves into. At the end of the day, everything has a fun cost associated with it, and we're just lucky to have a hobby where there's a chance for potential profit. There aren't many other hobbies like that unless you turn into a professional level, so take enjoyment in whatever you decide to do, but just think about your options. Alright, that wraps it up for this one. Whenever I do more pack openings in the future, I'm going to implement a giveaway mechanic into it. If I get a hit, I'll spin a virtual wheel for the energy color, and if that energy is in the pack with the hit, then I have to give it away. So leave a comment that includes enter me into the giveaway, and then you'll be ready for the next time I open a product. I hope this video informed you guys about the limited upside potential on some of these sets, and now you can make informed decisions whenever you get your hands on product. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can continue to grow. I'm a bit disappointed with my last video's metrics, but I plan to just keep shouting into the void until we make it somewhere. Thanks guys, and have a good day.